Zombies in Spaceland. This is my tutorial video for the main quest/Easter egg. Before we get started, a couple quick things. First off, you will need to craft at least one of the wonder weapons. Doesn't matter which one you craft. If you're looking for recommendations in a solo game, I recommend either the Discord or the Shredder. I have tutorials for all 4 alien blasters, and they will be linked in the description below. Secondly, Neil is not required for this Easter egg, but I would strongly suggest you at least do his first 5 challenges. I would also heavily recommend keeping your starting pistol, the Kendall 44, and pack-a-punching it because it becomes a semi-auto grenade pistol. Very, very helpful for a step in this Easter egg. Now keep in mind I play solo, so a lot of my experience in these Easter eggs has strictly been through solo play. I will try to change up the information for co-op play whenever I'm able to, but just keep in mind I've never experienced it myself. It's just what I've read secondhand. But let's just jump into this right away. As soon as you spawn in your game, turn left and then walk over to the security booth for a power switch. Flipping the switch will let you access the center of the park. You're going to want to restore power to the rest of the park before you do anything else. And to do that, there are 4 other power switches throughout the map you have to buy doors to get to and flip. Going from left to right, starting with the Journey to Space area, the first power switch will be past this giant rocket right before the door that leads to the bumper cars. The second power switch will be inside the arcade. Just walk past this portal here, make a 90-degree turn, and it'll be on the wall to your right. The third power switch will be in Polar Peak. You want to head to the upper floor, and it'll be right above the main entrance. And our last power switch will be in the Kepler system. You want to take a left here past the souvenir booth, basically do a 180, go up these stairs, and the power switch will be right in front of you. While you're opening up the map and turning on power, you can also activate these 4 portals. These portals will always fast travel you back to the center of the map, and you need to activate all 4 of them to open up Pack-a-Punch. The first portal will be in the Journey to Space area on your way to the bumper cars and the rocket. The second portal will be inside the arcade here, right next to the power switch. The Polar Peak portal will be in the gift shop right next to this Yeti statue. And the last portal will be in the Kepler system, past the souvenir booth, go past the stairs instead of going up them to flip the switch, and the portal will be right over to your left. Once you've gone through each portal once, you'll be able to enter this center portal now and get to the projector room, and this is where you pack-a-punch your weapons. And while you're here, you might as well go over to this table, interact with it, and release these UFOs. This is part of an upgrade step for your alien blasters. There's one more set of parts we need for this step in the Easter egg, and you could start collecting these parts at any time in your game. You can do them while you're opening up the map as well, but we need to start collecting parts for the SETI-COM device. There are 3 parts in total, and I'll be going over all the locations now. Let's start with the umbrella. In the spawn area, past the candy cart where you can find Neil's head, on a bench to your right, the umbrella can be laying there. Another location for the umbrella can be on this side counter in the Polar Peak gift shop, right by this ramp. And the last place the umbrella can spawn is in the Journey to Space area, right next to one of the panels that activates the rocket trap. It's in a corner down here, and it's pretty dark, so make sure you check this area thoroughly. Let's look for the Boombox next. The first location the Boombox can spawn is on this lower bridge leading to spawn. It'll be kind of tucked in between these 2 snack carts. The second place the Boombox can spawn, right next to the power switch in the Kepler system on this barista counter. And the final place the Boombox can spawn is underground in this break room right by Racing Stripes. The last part we need for the SETI-COM is the calculator. One possible location for this calculator is on the end of this bench, right by the Pack-a-Punch portal by spawn. Another location is in the Kepler system by the chromosphere trap on this little bench here. And the final place this calculator can spawn is on top of a trash can on the upper floor of the arcade. Now once you've visited the Pack-a-Punch room at least once and have collected all these SETI-COM parts, go forward 1 round and you'll start to hear something very strange. And if you look at this UFO by Polar Peak, That noise and your HUD shaking means you are ready for the next step. Take your SETI-COM parts over to the DJ, David Hasselhoff. Now there are 3 booths around the map where the DJ can hang out. One of them is over here by Meal Munchies in the Journey area. Another will be in Polar Peak going outside toward this fountain area. The last booth is in the Kepler system overlooking the Croc Trap. Once you find the Hoff, go up to him, interact with him. He will build you the SETI-COM device. It'll show up in your little sticker pack. We now have to look around the map for a location that allows us to place the SETI-COM down. This will start a timer in which we have to defend the SETI-COM from a wave of aggressive zombies. The goal here is to not let the SETI-COM take too much damage and let it finish transmitting to the mothership or whatever it's doing. This can be really tricky depending on where the location is it has you go to, and if you're not prepared, you can get overwhelmed really fast. So I recommend the Pack-a-Punch starting pistol is really good here, that explosive semi-auto grenade pistol. You can use buildables, the Sentry is really good, the Boombox can be a fucking lifesaver here. The Medusa device isn't bad either. Whatever you can get your hands on doesn't hurt, but the ones I mentioned previously are the best in my opinion. If you're in a position to summon the Hoff, do it. Just know that you can't have him build the SETI-COM while he's running and gunning, so just make sure you plan ahead. It would also be a very good idea to buy black hole grenades from these ticket prize booths that are around the map, if you can find one that has these grenades. So there are, I believe, 7 locations where you can plant the SETI-COM, and you'll know it's the correct location because it'll give you a prompt to hold E or X or square to place part, and your HUD will jolt around like this. And the locations are as follows. This entryway to Polar Peak, there can be a location in the Polar Peak gift shop. There's a defense location between these 2 geysers over by the area with the fountains. Over in the corner here in the Kepler system by the bomb stoppers machine. There can be a location here in the Journey to Space area by the Escape Velocity ride. In the underground area in this break room where Racing Stripes is another defense location. And the last place I've seen it spawn is over by this entryway to the bumper car ride in the corner here. So the ideal plan is you want to gear up, find wherever the game wants you to put the SETI-COM down, then place it down, and immediately zombies are going to come out of the woodwork trying to kill this thing. You can't let that happen. If you have the baby's breath, it's significantly easier. Make sure to use your resources. That's what this is all about. Use your tacticals, your black holes, use David Hasselhoff if you got them, your buildables, all that's super important. Now you want to defend this thing for 60 seconds. If the thing ends up breaking, a nuke will go off, you'll end up failing the step, and a brute will spawn. If this happens, calm down. It's okay. Take some time, lick your wounds, kill the brute, and as soon as you're able, if the Hoff isn't summoned, you can go to the DJ booth and have him rebuild the SETI-COM. You can try again on that same round. If you are successful, a nuke will go off, you'll be able to pick up the SETI-COM, make sure you do this, and a max ammo should spawn somewhere close to you, so be sure to grab that. And if you've done this right, then congrats, you can go forward a round. Once the round has flipped, you want to check more of these SETI-COM locations. There should be another one available for you to place the SETI-COM down. This time you'll have to defend it for 90 seconds. So same deal as before, just protect the SETI-COM while it does its thing, use whatever you have at your disposal. You do that, then you go forward one more round. You'll have to defend the SETI-COM in another location one more time. I am 99% sure you cannot get the same location twice in a game. This last defense will be 120 seconds. A full 2 minutes. So if you have anything like boom boxes or sentries or black hole grenades, activate traps if you need to. Now some of these areas are going to be easier to defend than others. The break room in the underground is pretty easy because it's only got 2 points of entry. If you get the Journey to Space area, especially at the 2-minute defense, God help you. I'm like, it's seriously, that's got to be the hardest one in my opinion. Like, it's certainly doable doable, but you need a lot at your disposal. Like, you seriously need to take advantage of every single piece of equipment you got. The good news is, once you've completed this third and final defense, you're pretty much golden from here on out. You're pretty much guaranteed the boss fight. Go forward 2 rounds. You might need to go 3 rounds if it's a clown round. Use this time to just finish your wonder weapon building if you haven't built it already. Get points, get tickets, pack-a-punch your weapons. You heard me right. You are at the boss fight, basically. Now, some things I'd recommend before proceeding. You can keep your baby's breath explosive pistol if you need, or you can trade it out with another weapon. It's not necessary. Just use a weapon you're comfortable with, but you absolutely need one of the alien blasters by now. So if you don't have one built, get one before you go into this, otherwise you're not going to be able to do anything. If you're able to buy repulsors with tickets, those can be very helpful, especially on solo. Cryo grenades are helpful, especially on solo. And if you are on solo, here's a hot tip. In the souvenir station, right by spawn, the pack-a-punch portal, build a boombox. Do not pick it up. Build another boombox in another location. Pick that one up. So you'll go into the fight with a boombox, and there will be another boombox sitting there for you to pick up. This is going to make the boss fight so much easier. Once your 2 rounds have passed, find DJ Hoff, and he should give you these little speakers. They'll show up on the bottom left corner of your screen by your little character. Once you have these speakers, stop. Double check your inventory, double check your ammo, make sure you have everything you need, boombox, repulsors, whatever you're going to bring in. You absolutely need the blaster here. This is basically the point of no return. Once you're absolutely sure you're ready, go to the center of the map, go up to this pack-a-punch portal. It should give you the option to place a part down. It'll place a speaker down on the ground right in front of the portal. Now you can place these speakers down in any order, but I highly recommend doing it in this specific order. So you're going to go clockwise. So you're going to go to this gold coin in front of the Journey to Space area. Put one down, go over to Polar Peak, put the 3rd one down, then to the Kepler system, to that gold coin, put the 4th one down. When you're ready, go to any one of the little speakers you put on the ground and interact with it. It'll play a note and you'll be locked in the center of the arena. You'll notice colored beams coming from each of these speakers, and you're gonna have to memorize these colors. And this is why I had you place the speakers in the specific order I did. This way we've got the colors to match the corresponding areas. So for example, we've got the blue speaker in front of the Journey area, the green in front of Polar Peak, the red in front of Kepler, and the yellow one should be in front of Pack-a-Punch. It just makes it so much easier to remember which color is where. That's why I like doing it this way. Now, your first priority should be making sure you don't get trapped by the running horde of zombies. So you're going to want to train them and run them around. You can run them around the Pack-a-Punch portal. You can take the bridges back to the spawn area. You can use any of that environment to start your train. While you're doing this, you want to pay attention to the UFO. It's going to start flashing colors. It's going to flash a series of 4 colors. So like, let's say it'll go red, green, blue, yellow. After it flashes the 4th color, the lights on the speakers will go white, and it's your goal to match the colors up with your speakers. It's Simon Says. It's Simon Says. Now I need to reiterate. Patience is the biggest thing you need in this fight. Your first priority should always be running this train of zombies, especially on solo, because you don't want to try and get this combination flashing to the UFO and then get swarmed and get down. The timing it gives you to sound off the combination is very slim. So you want to make sure you're in a situation where you're able to run around and do that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with just leaving the speakers if you can't get to them in time. If you know you're not going to have enough time to punch it in, if you got zombies around you, just don't even bother. Just let it cycle through. Nothing's going to happen. The UFO will just float around for a bit, and then it'll sound off the same combination again, and then it'll give you an opportunity to hit the colors once again. I prioritize not rushing this because if you punch in the combination too late, or if you do it wrong, a brute will spawn. It's not the end of the world, but you don't want to do that too much, because every time you get the combination wrong, a brute will spawn, and that's just another headache to deal with. So once you're in a situation where you know you have the combination in your mind, or if you've written it down, that's good too. Wait for the lights to go white, and then hit the 4 notes in the sequence the UFO has presented. And if you do it right and on time, you'll notice the lights on the UFO start to flash and go crazy. This means you got it correct. Now, you'll have to do this whole Simon Says jig 3 times. So stay patient, stay cool, stay frosty. If you end up messing up the combination and you know you're on like the 2nd or 3rd note, just let it go. There's no time limit. It doesn't get harder the longer you're there. Just train the zombies around and hit the speakers whenever possible. If you're on co-op, every player will have to hit at least 1 speaker. Once you've got the 3rd Simon Says combo punched in, you're done with that part of the step. Get away from the portal. Get away from the entrances to the other areas. There's going to be a fuck ton of clowns that come out of these portals. I cannot overstate how many clowns come out of these portals. It's a metric fuck ton. So be ready. Kill the clowns. Kill all the clowns. There's like legit like 50 to 100 clowns. It's so many clowns. Remember, you got your repulsors if you get trapped in a corner or if you get stuck. Once you kill all the clowns, look to the Pack-a-Punch portal and an alien should walk out. Welcome to the actual boss fight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the alien is loose. He's going to be teleporting around. He's going to be shooting stuff at you. If you're playing with multiple people, there will be multiple aliens. There will be 1 alien for every player. You want to start running a train around this entire area. I like to go toward spawn on one of the bridges, then loop back around toward the Pack-a-Punch portal, then go around the Pack-a-Punch portal, and then I just repeat the process. This way I have the zombies all running behind me in a train. The alien, when you do this, is just gonna teleport all over the place. He'll be darting around a lot, both on the ground and he can be on the rooftops of the various buildings around you. The alien itself will seldom kill you. The projectiles it shoots mainly slows you down. Your main dangers are A, walking into a corner and getting swarmed, or B, the alien teleports in front of you and you get swarmed. Basically body blocking. Now the alien can only be damaged with your alien blaster wonder weapon. So go ahead and shoot at him whenever you can, whenever you're comfortable with it. Don't risk your train and risk yourself for unnecessary damage. And also keep an eye on his collar, his little neck collar. You'll notice a little green light on it. As you shoot him with your blaster, it'll turn yellow and then it'll turn red. Once it turns red, you want to slow down your damage. If you shoot him enough, he'll basically get down on 1 knee, he'll do a kneel, he'll put up a bubble shield around him for a brief amount of time, but once that shield goes away, he is vulnerable for a melee. We want to focus on the backpack he's wearing. You see here he's got these 2 blue fuses. You want to punch his backpack and one of the fuses should go away. Now if you're on solo, this is where I say put down the boombox. That'll distract your zombie train and that'll give you a very, very nice open window to punch the alien's backpack. So to reiterate, because you have to do this more than once, get a train going around spawn, around the Pack-a-Punch portal. Pay attention to where the alien zips around. Watch for if he tries to teleport in front of you. Sometimes he'll try to bring zombie spawns right in front of you. You don't want to get trapped. That's the main thing for this fight. Shoot at him with your alien blaster whenever you're able to. The light should go from green to yellow to red. When he gets to red, you want to make sure he's on the ground before you keep shooting him and that he's in a position where you'll be able to melee his backpack and his fuse. Once you've whittled the alien down for the 2nd time, he'll put up his bubble shield again, he'll get down on 1 knee and kneel, put down your 2nd boombox that you've hopefully saved in your souvenir station, melee his backpack, destroy his fuse. The good news is you don't have to melee his backpack anymore, and he's free to just be shot for all it's worth. But again, don't get greedy, because you're gonna have zombies chasing you this entire fight. The key thing here, same as the UFO beforehand, patience. Only shoot the alien when you're safe and comfortable to do so. There's no time limit, there's no like wave limit, no like they don't get stronger. You just leave them there to run around. Just shoot whenever you're comfortable doing so. Damage the alien whenever you're comfortable doing so. Just make the fight work in your favor. That's the most important thing here. And if you're patient enough, that light's gonna once again, for a third time, go from green to yellow to red. And then eventually... Now, if you're at this point where your alien or your aliens have all died, congratulations. That's 98% of the Easter egg right there. Go up to Pack-a-Punch. You'll be able to grab the alien fuses that our friend has left behind. Go inside the Pack-a-Punch room, put the fuses in the Pack-a-Punch projector, double Pack-a-Punch for the rest of the game on any of your guns. Congratulations. But more importantly, you can Pack-a-Punch your alien blasters now. You want to do this for your last step. Go back out into the film, and the UFO is going to be there. It's going to be flying around. It'll be shooting at you sometimes. So what do we do now? You want to go up to this Spaceland ring. You'll notice these 5 blue lights. You want to shoot each of these blue lights with your upgraded alien blaster. I recommend saving the top one for last, because you have to basically time the UFO being directly above Pack-a-Punch. So I like to just go up to the ring, shoot the bottom lights, shoot like the side lights. Then I go over to Pack-a-Punch and I wait for the UFO to be directly above me. Then I aim true for that last light and then enjoy the fireworks show. What a spectacular ending to this Easter egg, man. Go up to the Pack-a-Punch portal, and there should be a piece of the Soul Key for you to collect. Grab it, you'll get the Soul Key achievement, and you will have aided our 4 intrepid actors in escaping zombies in Spaceland. Congratulations, dude. Like, seriously. Good job if you've made it this far. Pat on the back, celebrate. You've done it. Good job. Completion of this Easter egg will also reward you with the ability to play as David Hasselhoff for every subsequent run of Zombies in Spaceland. All you gotta do is enter a code at the menu when you have Spaceland selected. I want to say congratulations once again if you've made it this far. If my guide has helped you beat this Easter egg, let me know in the comments. I would legitimately be over the moon. Infinite Warfare Zombies is a game I'm pretty passionate about, which is why I decided to make these guides, even though the game's like 10 years old at this point. It's just super fun, and I hope to do guides for the other maps very soon. But anyways, that's gonna do it for me, ladies and gentlemen, friends. Stay safe, stay cool, stay frosty.
Wait, I thought I was the DJ?